Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing one of my favorite and one of y'all's favorites because I feel like I get the most views on these videos. And I'm going to be playing with new makeup today. I have accumulated enough makeup to have the majority of the categories be filled with newer products. Kind of cheating because one of the products covers 4 categories, but that's why I love it so much. So let's go ahead and jump in with playing with some new makeup. So I'm going to show you a couple of new products that I got that I honestly intended on using in this video, but then I got a package this morning and that intention flew out the window. But I have purchased, and so let me know if you want a review of, especially this one because it's pretty much brand new, some products from Kevyn Aucoin. I'm going to be using one of them in this video, but this Glass Glow Face and Stripped Nude Skin Tint I was going to use in this video, but again, they got superseded by something else. But let me know if you would like to have a video on these. I have been wearing them the past 3 days, so I have a good opinion of them. But I got a Beautylish box this morning that has some new Tom Ford goodies in it, so I thought I'm gonna use that. Before I jump into those, I am gonna use my fairly new, it's not new to y'all because I've used it on camera before, the Fit Glow Beauty Corrector in Peach. And I have really been using this a lot. I do think I'm going to do an entire full face of Fit Glow makeup because I believe I have all but one thing that I need for a full face. Fit Glow did send me some goodies and they sent me some of their brushes and I'm going to use a couple of them in this video. This is the, I don't know, I want to say it's like, it has Teddy in the name, but it's a dual-ended brush, and I have been loving this side. So see how it's kind of like comes up into a point? I've been loving that for my corrector. So I'm going to use that to kind of spread that around. I just find that it spreads it around without picking up too much product, and it is incredibly soft. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my upper lip where I have some discoloration. Just like that. I look like I got, well, I don't want to say I look like I got more sleep because I've been getting so much sleep. I just have allergies and my under eyes are hideous, and right now it is pouring rain outside. They're just feeling it. All right, let's jump into the Tom Ford goodies. The first thing I got is the Skin Illuminator Face and Body. So I might be the last person on the planet that has never tried their illuminating primer. I have so many illuminating primers that I guess I've never felt the need to spend the money on it, but I know so many people absolutely love it. I believe how this is different is that A, it comes in more than one shade, and B, it's made for the face and the body. So Beautylish was out of the shade that I would typically get as an actual highlight, like a face highlight. So I decided to go with number 3, Bronze Glow. So it comes in their beautiful Soleil like white packaging, and it is a very pretty bronzy color. Now again, this just came in this morning. These couple of items are going to be first impressions. I don't typically do that, but I will fill you in at the end of the month in my favorites videos on how I think of them as I wear them throughout the rest of the month. But I just wanted to get these in because I know a lot of people are going to have questions about them. They're going to want to know how they work, and I was excited to use them. So it twists up and it has a pump. So I'm going to use this as a primer, and then I have another new product that I'm going to use to kind of match my neck and chest because this top is pretty low cut. Not that anybody is going to see me, but it just gives me an excuse to share another new product that I have. So I'm going to pump out a couple of pumps of that. So this is the color of it. Now I did put it on my hand earlier, and it does have a little bit of shimmer particles. Now y'all, this is going to be bronze, so I'm aware. We're going to make it work, and if we don't make it work, then I just won't post the video. But I don't think that they're going to show up on the skin as shimmer particles. So obviously I'm going to be topping this with the next product that we're going to talk about, but I love doing something like this, especially in the summer, because a lot of times my face will be much lighter than my body, so this will help kind of match it. Now obviously that's not the case right now, but we're going to match our body, and it just gives a really pretty glow. Now I know we're all stuck inside. That doesn't mean we can't go out on walks, and depending on what city you're in, I still get out and go on walks, but like on days like today where I'm stuck inside, on days like today where I'm stuck inside, oh y'all, I want to feel a little bit tan. This is comical. We're gonna fix this, or we're just not gonna post it. I don't think I've ever looked this crazy in a video before. Okay, so I'm just gonna warm it up with my hands, take any excess product. It's gonna work. It's gonna work, I promise. Now, the neck and chest thing that I'm gonna talk about. This is from Tarte, and I purchased both of these with my points at Ulta. And this is the Park Avenue Princess Waterproof Face and Body Bronzer. So it's very large. I love the original Park Avenue Princess bronzer for the face, but this is much bigger. And then they kind of sold this in tandem with it to go with it as a brush. And I believe it's called like the all over body brush or something. I really like this. I don't know if I would like it without this brush. Like, I don't know if it's both the brush and the bronzer together. I'm gonna be a glowing goddess with absolutely nowhere to go. But on days where I wear a low cut top, I wear a foundation that's too dark for me, I just want to make my skin look a little bit more alive, I have been loving this for this purpose. Now, Tarte sent me their body makeup, which is like a cream. I have not tried that one yet. I will for sure, but this is just so easy, and it just gives you, like, I feel like I look a little bit more normal now. I know that my face is a little Tin Manny, a little bronze and Tin Manny, but that really helped even everything out. So really want to talk about that because I have been loving these together. Let's try to do something about the face. Even it out, because I mean, obviously it looks a little patchy. This is nowhere near my skin color. But you can see on my cheeks, like, it is very radiant. So what we're going to use to try to even it out is the brand new Tom Ford Soleil Glow Tinted Moisturizer. Broad spectrum SPF 15. I don't love the SPF in it because it is octinoxate and titanium dioxide, and I try to stick to just titanium and zinc oxides, but it's okay. SPF 15, I kind of wish that foundation products would just not put SPF at all in their products. I know some people rely on the SPF in their foundation products, which especially for something like that's only 15, you should never do. I just always recommend wearing a separate SPF underneath all of your foundation products. But this is how it looks. Super sleek. I love the Soleil packaging. It's hands down my favorite Tom Ford packaging. And this is 1.7 fluid ounces, even though it's super skinny. Pretty typical for a tinted moisturizer product. I got the color 5.5 Bisque. So let's go ahead and try this. I'll show you the color. Much lighter than the bronzer we put on. My hand probably looks a little patchy too because that's where I swatched the bronzer earlier. Tinted moisturizers can be a little bit finicky on application. Sometimes I prefer fingers. Sometimes I prefer a brush. So we're going to start out applying it with the fingers. Well, that applied very easily. It has a little bit of a sunscreen smell. No added fragrance, which is good. One of my very favorite foundations is the Tom Ford Soleil Glow foundation that's in like the pipette, the dropper. Oh, I love that foundation so much. But I would not apply that one with fingers, and this one just seems to be applying really nicely with fingers. I can still see the bronze like underneath, but it looks a little bit normalized now, which is definitely not a bad thing because I am well aware of how crazy I was looking. And it is super glowy. Like, I feel like I look even glowier now than I did with just the bronzer. It's glowy, but it's pretty. I mean, it's like a light coverage. So being a tinted moisturizer, it does only claim to have a sheer to light finish. This is vegan, and it claims to even out the skin tone, diffuse the look of signs of aging, while creating a fresh, flawless canvas. Now, the 5.5 Bisque is light to medium with a radiant finish, so light to medium skin tones. Definitely has a radiant finish, but I'm not mad at that. So let's go ahead and jump into concealer. And I'm going to be using new to me, not necessarily new, but this is the Kevyn Aucoin Supernatural Concealer. I knew I wanted to try their brand new nude skin tint, and so that's when I got the Face Glow or the Glass Glow, and then I wanted to try this because I've heard a lot of people say that they absolutely love it. I got the color Medium EC03. I like this color for me because, again, I know I'm a broken record, but I don't love a super bright under eye. Now, today's face, it may look bright because everything else looks so dark, but this is the perfect color for me. And I've been using this for the past 3 days, and I actually really enjoy it. I do find that it gives, I would say, like a medium coverage, but it blends out really easily and it wears really well. And that's all that I really care about anytime, but especially now, because if I'm going to be quite honest, like I am due for my Botox, and the first place that kind of shows needing it, I guess, is right here. Not necessarily on my crow's feet, but you know when you get it, if you get it like on your crow's feet, it kind of blends in a little bit and it helps the outer part of my under eye, and I can start to see a huge downturn in that when I'm due to get it. So only certain concealers will work for me during that time, and this one actually works really well. So again, it's not the fullest coverage, but I do find that I could even build it up. So I just put a little bit more like right there on the corner where my darkness has been pretty intense lately, and it built up that brightness really well. So I give this thumbs up for sure, and it's not a first impression on that one. That has worked well for me for the past few days at least. Now I'm going to set my under eyes per normal with the Pat McGrath powder. Okay, now we are going to get into the kind of 4-in-1 product that I have that I wanted to talk about. I bought this with my points as well from Ulta, and this is the Clinique Sun-Kiss Perfection palette. This is a limited edition face palette, and honestly, I thought it was way smaller online than when it came in, and I was like, holy cow, this has got a good amount of product. It's 0.83 ounces, 23.62 grams. You open it up, it does have a nice mirror, but you have 4 powder products. So you have a mattifying powder, which we're going to use, a shimmer and glow highlight, a blush and brighten blush, and a get bronzed bronzer. So this is obviously not a universal palette. It's not going to work on all skin tones. I find that it works well for me, and I think it will work well for maybe, well, you'll be able to see because this is probably 1 to 2 skin tones darker than I normally am. And we'll see how it works on that. But if you are much darker than like what I am right now, all the colors won't work on you. The blush will because it shows up really well. It's super pigmented, and possibly the bronzer, but the shimmer and glow might be a little light. I mean, you'll be able to see. But I'm going to take this mattify powder, and I'm going to use the Fit Glow Beauty double-ended brush that kind of has a slanted brush on one side and then a more like domed brush. Y'all, these brushes are so soft. And I've been using this side a lot for powder. So I'm going to kind of dip it into this mattify side. I will say I've only used the mattify powder 1 other time since I've gotten it. I'm just going to kind of stipple it on. I didn't find it to be the most mattifying, but I'm not mad at that. I don't really like a super matte powder. I just want something that's going to successfully set my foundation, help it stay on throughout the day. I mean, that took the shine down. I hope you can see that because it definitely took the shine down. But hopefully what you'll be able to see as we go throughout the makeup look is that the radiance comes back. Now, my very, very favorite products in the palette are the next 3 for sure. So we're going to go into this Get Bronzed color with my Wayne Goss number 11 brush. And we are just going to bronze per normal. This does have all the products except for the mattified powder have a little bit of a sheen to them. So they are not going to be flat matte. But again, that is my favorite. I think maybe, no, I know there is a time and place for a matte bronzer. Like, I'm totally aware. But that time and that place don't occur much on my face. I like products with just a little bit of sheen. I feel like it brings life back to the face. And I really don't need to bring it down my neck since we've got that Tom Ford product on. But I love that color a lot. Now, the Shimmer and Glow. When I first got it, I swatched it. And I was like, oh, that doesn't really look like... highlighter to me. In fact, I can't see it at all when I swatched it on my hand. I was a little underwhelmed and thought I wasn't gonna like it, but it ends up working. It's not one of those like in your face, super bright, see you from space highlighters, but you can see it. I mean, you can see that. But once we buff it out, it just looks like a really pretty, nice, natural sheen on the skin. So I was actually really impressed with this. This had really good reviews on Ulta before I bought it. And it's been a very long time since I bought anything powder product from Clinique. So I really didn't have a clue what to expect. Now we're going to go in to this blush, which is extremely pigmented. So you don't need a lot. Definitely tap it out like on your hand beforehand. And then I've been liking to take my blush down my nose and my chin. So that's all 4 of the products from this palette, and I think it was $28, which is a steal. I mean, I'm sorry, that's a steal. I'm so glad that I spent my points on this, but I would buy it over again with money because it is, I've really been enjoying this. So now I'm going to take my Hourglass Radiant Light. I don't need to buff a ton, just a little bit. Very, because it's a tinted moisturizer and that mattifying powder is not super heavy duty, I'm using very light pressure, and I'm putting just the tips of the bristles on my face so that it won't move any products around. I said that weird, move any products around underneath. It's just going to give a really pretty, like, filtered, buffed out appearance, which is what I go for every time I use that. So let's go ahead and get into the eyes. I know I don't typically do my entire face before I do the eyes, but for this I wanted to, and I feel like I need a little something on my lips. So let's go ahead and do lips. I'm going to be using the Fit Glow Beauty Lip Serum. I got this from Freeze Co Beauty, and this one is in the color Koi. If you don't know about these lip serums, they are so incredibly comfortable, moisturizing. They have anti-aging benefits in them. They last a long time. They come in lots of different colors. I really like this one. I'll be doing some fun colors in my Fit Glow full face, but that is just a very pretty neutral nude, go with anything type of color. So for the eyes, this is going to be very simple. I'm going to be using some of the new Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick colors. I only bought 3 colors. I will go ahead and swatch them all for you. I got Sienna, which is right here. So that's Sienna. Forgive my nails, y'all. When I don't have my dip manicure on, I tend to pick at my cuticles. It's disgusting, I know, but it is my life. I got Sunrise, which is that color right there. It's a peachy color. And then I got Nude Rose, which I think this is my favorite out of all of them. Very pretty, rosy, metallic color. So I did a super easy look the other day, just when I was trying these out. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to take Sienna, which is that darkest color, and I'm going to kind of outline my outer corner a little bit into the crease. This absolutely does not have to be pretty, as you can see. And then I'm going to just take a synthetic brush, which I do find works best with crayons like this, and blend it out. So you can see right off the bat how much that blends out, and so you don't need to be scared of that color, but you will most likely, unless you're going for this, need to build it up. So I'm going to just keep building it up. You can take this straight from the actual applicator onto the brush, which if you want to do that, kind of build it up in the crease a little bit more. I find when you want to do detail work with these, like if you wanted to use one for your inner corner or brow bone, that it's nice to be able to use a brush straight from the bullet. But when I'm doing something like this, it's just easy for me to go directly on the eye. This will probably be the last time that I build it up and kind of blend it out. Now I'm going to take that one that I said was my favorite color, this Nude Rose, and I'm just going to fill in the rest of the eyelid that doesn't have any color on it. And for this, I don't even really need to use any kind of brush. I'm just going to kind of pat it out with my finger. That's why I love sticks like this, because they are so incredibly easy to use. And this just gives a little bit of a lighter color than that Sienna, but it just finishes off the look. And you cannot get much easier than that. I do think I'm going to take this Glow Skin Beauty Cream Stay Shadow Stick in the color Bon Bon, which is just a really dark brown. And I'm going to line my upper lash line just a little bit. Give a little bit of dimension. This is where, I mean, these come in like a point, but this is where you could definitely take a small detail brush like this smudge brush from Real Techniques and pick it up directly from the product and use it that way. But I just wanted a smudgy line anyways, so that is working how I wanted it to. And very easily, I'm going to take that sienna color again and basically smudge that all on my lower lash line. This is a rougher number 3 brush, and I'm just going to use that just to kind of help smudge it in. I didn't really need the brush, again, because they're just so easy. And that's the eye look. I don't know that you can get more simple than that, truly. I'm going to do my mascara off camera real quick. All right, so this is the entire look completed using pretty much all new makeup. Yeah, I mean, did I use anything that wasn't new other than my hourglass? I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's do a final look. Like, I feel like we rescued this crazy looking face from the bronze, and I like the final look. Again, I will give y'all a full update. I'll write down in the description box how this wore throughout the day, but I'll give you a full update on multiple wearings of it on my favorites video at the end of the month. Love the Laura Mercier sticks. I have a vast collection of eyeshadow sticks, and I just love that technique of applying eyeshadow. I find it's very easy. You don't need many tools. I didn't have to have a brush. I could have used my fingers. Love, love this Clinique palette. Love the lip serums. Like, I feel like this is a win. Like, this look is a win for me. So hopefully you enjoyed this playing with new makeup video. I am going to be trying to put more videos up during the week. I feel like I have the time to do it. At least I tell myself I have the time. We'll see if I actually do that or not. So please put down in the comment section, not the description box, you can't do that, videos you want to see from me, so that I can make sure that I put out content y'all actually care about. So thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you're all having a safe and happy and healthy time with your family at home. And I pray that y'all all go out and have a very blessed day.